Good morning, everyone. Myself, Suyog, on behalf of Nasik Osar chapter, I welcome to one and all. Today, we have arrived here virtually for the orientation program on what does your employer expect from you during articleship. I request to all students to please attend this session and be interactive as well. Now, I request CMA Swapnil sir to give their chairman speech.
Okay, thank you, Zio. Good morning, everyone. Hello,
Good morning,
good
sir.
morning.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Great,
Good
at least
morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
good morning, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
तेच मला म्हणायचं होतं. थँक्यू, गुड मॉर्निंग. छान तुमचं कॉन्स्टंट आणि ऍक्टिव्ह पार्टिसिपेशन आपल्याला. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दिस इज नाशिक चॅप्टर इव्हेंट. फक्त आपल्या नाशिकचेच लोक आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये. आणि त्याच्यामुळे सगळ्यांना ओपनली बोलायचं आहे. ठीक आहे. सो सेशन जे आहे ते खूपच ऍक्टिव्ह झालं पाहिजे आणि त्याची पूर्ण काळजी घ्या. सुदैव म्हणावा का दुर्दैव म्हणावा की आपल्याला ऑनलाईनच घ्याव्या लागतात, कारण की अजून तरी आपलं ओरिएंटेशन मध्ये फर्स्ट पार्ट आहे ओरिएंटेशनचा. जनरली जानेवारीमध्ये स्टुडंट ऍक्टिव्हिटीज असतात. स्पोर्ट आवाज येतो आता. हॅलो.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
मला असं वाटतं इंटरनेटचा थोडा प्रॉब्लेम आहे. मी व्हिडिओ बंद करतो म्हणजे ऑडिओ व्यवस्थित ऐकू येईल. ओके. आय जस्ट पुट ऑफ माय
Okay, sir.
व्हिडिओ सो दॅट यू कॅन हिअर मी प्रॉपरली. ओके. सो सॉरी. सो थोडं ऑडिओ व्हिडिओ म्हणजे आपण आज ऑनलाईन सेशन घेतोय, दॅट इज ऑल्सो अ गुड आयडिया. फिजिकल सेशन असल्यावरती तर फायदा होतोच. डेफिनेटली वी आर वर्किंग ऑन दॅट. जानेवारीमध्ये जशा आपल्या स्टुडंट ऍक्टिव्हिटीज स्टार्ट होतात, स्पोर्ट्स डे वगैरे, त्या सगळ्या गोष्टी फेबच्या आसपास आपल्याला मिळतील. स्टुडंट ओरिएंटेशनसाठी सगळ्यात महत्वाची गोष्ट जी होती, जो फर्स्ट आणि सगळ्यात मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट पॉईंट असतो, की ज्याच्यामुळे आपल्या कॉस्ट अकाउंटंट झाल्यानंतर आपण काय करणार आहोत, किंवा कॉस्ट अकाउंटंट आपण डिग्री तर मिळवू, बट त्या डिग्रीचा आपल्याला यूज कसा करायचा आहे, आपल्याला त्याचा बेनिफिट काय मिळणार आहे, कसं आपण स्वतःला फायनान्शियली एक स्ट्रॉंग आणि केपेबल पर्सन बनवू शकतो, या गोष्टींसाठी नेहमी आर्टिकलशिप म्हणजे जे आपलं ट्रेनिंग असतं, ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण ऍक्च्युली बघतो की काम जो आपला सिनियर व्यक्ती आहे तो काय काम करतो, त्या कामामध्ये त्यांनी एक्सपर्टीज कसं मिळवलं आहे, तेच काम आपण कसं शिकायचं, ते काम आपण करून स्वतःला कसं सपोर्ट करायचं आणि स्वतःचं करिअर कसं डेव्हलप करायचं, ह्या गोष्टींसाठी सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचा पार्ट जो असतो तो असतो आर्टिकल ट्रेनिंगच. आणि दीपक सरांचा पण हा इनिशिएटिव्ह आहेच की जे म्हणजे प्रॅक्टिसमध्ये येणारे जे आपले यंगस्टर्स आहेत आणि जे लोक जॉबसाठी अप्लाय करतात, पण बऱ्याचदा असं होत असतं की जॉब आपल्याला कधी मिळत नाही, किंवा जॉबच्या जेव्हा इंटरव्ह्यू लेवल्स आपण फेस करतो, त्या इंटरव्ह्यू लेवल्सला आपल्याला बऱ्याच अडचणी येत असतात की आपण तिथे काय बोलायचं, काय नाही बोलायचं, आपल्या काय एक्सपिरियन्स असेल तर तो एक्सपिरियन्स आपण कसा फोकस करायचा, कसा शेअर करायचा, एक्सपिरियन्स नसेल तर तो एक्सपिरियन्स मिळवताना कुठल्या काही स्पेसिफिक गोष्टींवरती आपण लक्ष द्यायचं आहे, या सगळ्या वस्तू ज्या आहेत त्या आपल्याला ह्या सेमिनारमध्येच कव्हर अप करायला मिळतील. डिस्कशन पण झालं की ते विल बी फर्स्ट सेशन, हे तर फर्स्ट सेशन आहे, बट ही सिरीज ट्रेन केलेली आहे सो दॅट की पुढे सुद्धा जेवढे स्टुडंट प्रोग्राम्स आपल्याकडे होतील त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा तुम्हाला सगळ्या डिटेल्स मिळतील आणि तुम्ही तुमच्या पुढे आपण छान काम करू शकाल. सो विथ दॅट होप ओनली फर्स्ट सेशन आपण रन करणार आहोत, ज्याच्यामध्ये व्हॉट डज युअर एम्प्लॉयर एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम यू, ह्या स्पेसिफिक टॉपिकवरती आपण जास्तीत जास्त भर देणार आहोत. आणि जे काही पण प्रॅक्टिकल गोष्टी तुम्हाला तुमच्या प्रोफेशनमध्ये करायच्या असतात, तुम्ही स्टुडंट असताना थिओरिटिकल नॉलेज, अकॅडमिक नॉलेज तुम्हाला पूर्णपणे सिलेबस, पण त्याहूनही वेगळं जे प्रॅक्टिकल नॉलेज असतं, जे आपण कोर जेव्हा स्वतः सिस्टममध्ये क्लायंट समोर बसतो आणि बोलतो तेव्हा आपण काय केलं पाहिजे, काय नाही केलं पाहिजे, ह्या गोष्टींचं जे नॉलेज आहे ते तुम्हाला ट्रेनिंग थ्रूच कळत असतं. आणि त्यासाठी आपल्याकडे एक्सपर्ट फॅकल्टी जे आहेत, CMA दीपक जोशी सर जे आहेत, सुदैवाने आपल्या चॅप्टरचेच आहेत, आपले पास्ट चेअरमन पण आहेत, नाशिकमध्ये ऍक्टिव्हली पार्टिसिपेटिंग मेंबर सुद्धा आहेत. तर त्यांच्या थ्रूच आपल्याला शिकायला हे आपलं एक काय म्हणतात, खूप चांगलं एक लकी इव्हेंट आहे आपल्यासाठी. सो सगळ्यांनी सेशन प्रॉपरली अटेंड करावं. चॅट बॉक्समध्ये प्रत्येकाने स्वतःचा रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर आणि नाव ह्या 2 गोष्टी टाका सो दॅट तुमचे अटेंडन्स रेकॉर्ड होईल. आणि तुम्हाला याच्यामध्ये जे काही पण डाऊट्स वगैरे असतील ते सगळे तुम्ही सरांना बिंदास बोलू शकतात. Okay. So, sir, talk in English or Hindi? Bapre. Sorry, I forgot about it. Yeah, I thought it's a proper event from Nasik chapter. So, more comfortable is Marathi. Many times I believe that language is not a barometer of your intelligence. So, it doesn't matter if you understand Hindi or English, that will be better for us. Doesn't matter. Even thank you for mentioning it so that even Dipak sir will understand we have to talk in English or Hindi only, because generally I personally prefer Marathi as my way. So thank you very much. I guess it was okay, Deepak sir. It will be English.
Hello, sir.
Okay, no
Hello,
problem.
sir.
So we shall now continue with the session as per our agenda. The chairman speech was scheduled for 5 minutes only. So now I hand over to Suyog. Suyog, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. It's an immense pleasure to me to introduce Deepak sir. He has more than 10 years core experience in the field of cost and management accounting, indirect taxation, cost audit, and strategic management consultancy. He is well-known author, tutor, and speaker in the subject of indirect taxes and financial management for the professional courses like CA, CMA, and CS. He is an author of book GST Made Simple, which is published by Bharat Law House Private Limited, New Delhi. He is conducting certificate course in goods and service tax for industry people practicing CA, CS, and CMA. He is also authorizing various articles for reputed legal journals of taxman publications. His articles are also published on various online platforms like Taxman, ClearTax, CA Club India, TaxGuru.com, and etc. And I would like to introduce that I have taken. Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, please continue.
Good morning,
Deepak
everyone.
sir, you
Am I
are
audible?
yes sir, yes sir.
Hello, am I audible? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
at the outset, I would like to thank my friend, Chairman CMA Swapnil Kharade sir, for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all through this platform. I'm also thankful to CMA Nikhil for initiating this idea uh, to have a interaction with you all on this topic, because in my knowledge, this is the first time across India this kind of session we are arranging. In fact, head office is also, they have also not you know they have also not arranged such kind of session on this subject matter till date. So definitely it is my great pleasure to be here amongst you all to discuss some of the skills which are required for the CMA practical training. I would not say articleship, because specifically institute has mentioned it as a CMA practical training. So we will also treat it as a practical training only and not articleship, though the meaning of both the sentences are same, but we will call it as a CMA practical training only. Believe me, this is one of the practical training is one of the crucial aspect of your CMA profession. Uh, when I was a student of CMA, that time there was no any practical training which has, means mandatory practical training which is required in our syllabus. And fortunately, I did my articleship, CA articleship for 3.5 years in Nasik, and that is why at that time I feel that why there is need of articleship or practical training in case of CMA also. In fact, when I started my CMA career in 2011, so that time we used to go in so many companies to do the cost audit, and that time I realized that why practical training as far as CMA career is concerned is required, because so many my friends, they were not knowing the effect of particular transaction in balance sheet. So when we were compiling cost audit report, and when we are tallying those cost audit report with the trial balance, they were not able to understand what are the exact impact of any entry on your trial balance or on your costing. So in that sense, getting practical training under any practicing cost accountant or in any industry would be definitely helpful for you. You get to learn a lot of things through this practical training. You can call it as a backbone to your career, because how you are training yourself during this 15-month articleship will certainly decide the shape of your career in future. I know that there are certain questions must be there in your mind. So before we formally start our presentation, let us understand what are those questions. What I'm going to learn in practical training, whether somebody will teach me or I will learn on my own. How will I able to manage time in office along with my studies? Whether I have chosen the best firm for training. Should I go to company or a firm of any practicing cost accountant? So these are the general questions which definitely I hope will be in your mind. And certainly we will try to get the answer of all these questions during our discussion. As rightly mentioned by Swapnil sir, language is not the barrier, definitely. So, but definitely I'll prefer English language, so that not only from this session point of view, but of course from your future point of view, this is the working language, and you should use English language as your first language. During this whole discussion, my focus would be on two important areas, because many students, I don't know whether they are knowing the scheme of practical training. So in our first part of session, we will discuss about the modalities of CMA practical training, and in our second part of session, we will discuss skills required for CMA practical training. Right now, skills required for CMA practical training, I have narrated certain skills. 8 to 9 skills are there. Now again, I have narrated those skills based on my experience of 10 years of practice. Apart from those 10 skills, there are so many skills which you should possess when you're going when you are entering into the practical world of cost accountancy. So certainly those things we will discuss, and before that, let us explore what is the modalities of practical training, which is issued by our CMA Institute. So modalities of CMA practical training: 15 months compulsory practical training for those students who are registered for the intermediate course on or after 11 February 2021. So students who are registered after 11 February 2021, for them only this 15 months compulsory practical training is applicable. Now, before this scheme, means earlier scheme, only 6-month articleship was compulsory, but again, 6 months is very small span. Within a period of 6 months, I don't think कि आपको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा. So 15 months is good enough. In fact, if you compare this period with our sister institute, that is Chartered Accountant or Company Secretary, they are having 3 years articleship. So comparing with them, again 15 months is थोड़ा कम ही है, लेकिन I think it is okay कि 15 months का आपको practical training मिल रहा है. So this is applicable only to those students who are registered on or after 11th February 2021. Students shall undergo practical training in any one or more organizations as specified in Appendix A. So if you visit to our website www.icmai.in, under student tab, you will get the detailed modalities of practical training or detailed provisions of practical training. Annexure A and Appendix A and Appendix B, these are two important appendix of that practical training scheme. In Appendix A, Institute has narrated the organizations which are specified for the CMA practical training. Like you can undergo the practical training with any practicing cost accountant, with the firm of practicing cost accountant, or the specified organizations in Appendix A. So specified organizations like central or state government institutions, banks, financial institution, public sector undertaking. So huge list is there. You can go through it and you can undergo the practical training in those specified specified organization. One of the important aspect of that practical scheme is that you can undergo the training with any CA or CS, right? Provided that they are having separate department of management consultancy, right? So when any CA or company secretary, they are having separate department of management consultancy, separate division of management consultancy, then definitely you can undergo your practical training with that CA or with that CS. Now again, articleship which you have done in your CA course or in your CS course is not will be recognized as a CMA practical training, and in that case you will not get any exemption from your CMA practical training. A student should complete his or her practical training before date of declaration of examination result of both or remaining group of final examination, and minimum period of 10 months before appearing for the final examination. Now, this is very important point which you should understand. Before appearing for the final examination, I repeat, before appearing for the final examination, you should complete your 10 months practical training with specified organization or with CMA, right? And before completion of your final examination, you should complete your 15 months, full period of 15 months articleship, practical training, right? Then and then only you will get your mark sheet of final examination, right? So even if you have completed your CMA, but if you have not completed your 15 months articleship, then you will not get your mark sheet from the institute, right? So before appearing your final examination, 10 months articleship is compulsory, and cutoff dates institute has already given. This 10 months period should be concluded before 31st August, or in case of December attempt, and in case of June attempt, it should be concluded by 28th or 29th February, as the case may be. Now, what is the procedure for intimation of practical training, right? If you are undergoing practical training under the firm of cost accountant, or in case of practicing cost and management accountant, in that case you required to file form T1, right? Now, after filing this form T1, you should request to your principal to generate unique document identification number, right? And you required to mention that UDN number on your form number T1, right? And that form number T1 you required to upload on the institute's website, right? Through your registration number. In case you are doing your practical training with recognized organization as specified in Appendix A, then in that case Form T1 is not applicable. In that case, Form T4 is applicable. Again, UDIN is not mandatory in that case. So T4 is applicable when you are doing practical training under any recognized organization, and Form T1 is applicable in case you are doing your practical training under any practicing cost and management accountant or in the firm of cost accountant. Online submission of Form T5 before applying for the both or remaining group in final examination, that we have already covered. Before 10 months articleship is compulsory before appearing for your final examination, and before appearing for the final examination, filing of Form T5 is compulsory. All the Form T1, T4, T5 relating to the practical training you can download from the from our website ICAI-CMA.in. Exemption can be claimed by the student who already worked with any of the recognized organization in Form T3. So if any student who is having experience of 15 months, then they can apply for the exemption using Form T3. You can change principal or employer for the maximum 3 times during your articleship, but of course requisite fees is applicable, and in that case again you require to file form number T1 or T4 as the case may be, right? Those forms are compulsory, and maximum transfer 3 transfers are allowed during your practical training. Again, important factor, what is stipend is applicable. So if you are doing your practical training under any PCA or in the firm of PCA, then in very first year 2,000 rupees is minimum stipend which any firm should give to you. Second year 3,000 and third year 4,000. If you are doing your practical training in any organization, authorized, recognized organization, in that case, 8,000 or 10,000, 8,000 for non-metropolitan cities and for 10,000 for metropolitan cities, right? Second year it is 10,000 and 12,500, and third year is 12,000 and 15,000. One important thing which you should remember in case of stipend, institute has allowed only a stipend should be given to you through through check or directly through RTGS or NEFT. Your principal or your employer can deposit that amount in your bank account. So this is very important. Your stipend in cash is not allowed as per the guidelines of the institute, right? So this is very important aspect which you should consider when you are starting for your practical training. One day, again, last point, 1 day leave per month is allowed other than the normal holidays, right? And 60 days preparatory leaves without pay is allowed for an examination. So this is also very important points. This you should discuss with your principal or employer as the case may be before starting your articleship. So these are the modalities, or these are the guidelines which are said by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India when you are starting your practical training. And when you are starting your articleship, definitely you should remember all these things, because many times employer or your principal, not necessarily they are knowing all these things. So it is very important that you should remember all these things when you are starting your practical training. Now we will focus on the important agenda of our today's session, and that is skills required for CMA practical training, right? Now, when we are saying skills, they are not God gifted. Not all skills are God gifted. Some skills you require to develop through the practice, right? So when we are going through some 8 to 9 slides are there, it may happen that you are possessing some of the skills, right? But many skills you not necessarily you are possessing those skills. So you require to develop those skills in order to become a successful cost and management accountant, right? We'll jump to first skill, that is ability to take initiatives. Initiative is doing the right thing without being told. That is called as a initiative. So Mr. Victor, he is the, he's famous French writer, and this saying is written by him: initiative is doing the right thing without being told. During my experience of 10 years, many articles, means from, I guess, from 2018 till date, around 8 to 9 articles were there in my firm. And I found this quality in more than 50% of them, that they are taking initiative to do various kind of activities, right? And I've also seen few students, few articles, they are not keen to take the initiative. So they are doing what their principal is saying, right? So आपको ये काम करना है तो वो वही करेंगे, उसके ऊपर वो कुछ भी काम करेंगे नहीं. See, being a student of CMA, you should take initiative on your own without being dependent on your, other people or on your principal. Because the CMA course is very dynamic and no one is going to tell you each and everything. So you should prepare yourself to become your own mentor. No one is going to, tell you what you should do. I remember when I started my articleship, CA articleship, with one of the renowned firm in Nasik. So that time our sir is used to provide so many tasks to us. So during first 1.5 year, हम इतने ऑक्यूपाइड रहते थे कि हमको कुछ सोचने का टाइम भी नहीं मिलता था. After 1.5 year, I took transfer and I started working with another CA, and that was small firm actually. I earlier used to work with big firm. So during the second phase of my articleship, I started working with small firm to get the maximum leaves for an examination. So हमारे जो सर थे, he never used to delegate his activities or his tasks to articles, right? हम तकरीबन तीन लोग थे हमारे ऑफिस में, one office boy and 2 articles. So what we used to do, provide tea to our client, water to our client, पैन कार्ड के जेरोक्स निकाल के लाओ, बैंक पासबुक की जेरोक्स निकाल के लाओ. So we used to do those things. तो 1 महीना पहला फर्स्ट मंथ जो था, so we used to do all those things. तो मैं फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया बिकॉज मेरे जो प्रीवियस प्रिंसिपल थे, they used to provide so many works to us. Means during my articleship हमने सारे टाइप्स के ऑडिट किए, इनकम टैक्स ऑडिट किया, that time VAT was applicable, so VAT ऑडिट किया, कंपनी ऑडिट किया, ट्रस्ट ऑडिट किया, बैंक ऑडिट किया. तो ऑलमोस्ट in my first 1.5 year of articleship, I have touched each and every area of audit. एंड सेकंड फेज में हम ये पैन कार्ड की जेरोक्स निकालो, चाय दो, पानी दो, ये काम कर रहे थे. तो मैं फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया. सो वन फाइन मॉर्निंग आई आस्क्ड टू माय प्रिंसिपल कि सर ये मुझे कुछ तो भी काम दो. एंड यू विल नॉट बिलीव, ही सरप्राइज्ड कि अरे यार तू मेरे से काम मांग रहा है. एंड फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट डे ऑनवर्ड मोस्ट ऑफ द एक्टिविटीज ऑफ आवर ऑफिस हम सब आर्टिकल लोग करने लगे. नाउ व्हाई this happened? Because I shown my preparedness to do the various kind of activities of that office. So taking initiative is very important when you are doing your practical training. It is also important because initiative is required, because see, when you are doing articleship, particularly in any practicing cost accountants firm, you are going through various kinds of activity. Taxation hota hai, company law matters rehte hai, like in case of PCMA, cost audit is applicable. So different types of activities you are doing. Many times those activities are new for your principal also. Okay, आप जिनके साथ काम कर रहे हो, let us take an example कि मेरे केस में in 2012 I started my career with Devdar sir, renowned cost accountant from Nasik, RK Devdar. He is first cost accountant from Nasik, and I'm very fortunate to start my career with him. So 2012 में हमने जब मैंने मेरा career start किया था, तो 2011 में Companies Act 1956 was there at that time, and Companies Act 1956 में कॉस्ट ऑडिट की जो भी प्रोविजंस थी वो सारी अमेंड हो गई थी, एंड सो मेनी इंडस्ट्रीज दे वेर अंडर द एम्बिट ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑडिट. अभी बिफोर 2011 मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट अफेयर्स, ओके, they used to company wise they used to notify the order, and only जो specified companies थी जो वो notification में आती थी उनको ही cost audit applicable होता था. Now first time in 2011 means in year 2012, वो ऑर्डर का साल 2011 था, बट प्रैक्टिकली इन 2012 so many industries they were covered under the ambit of cost audit. Now that mechanism was new for everyone. That was new for me, that was new for Devdar sir, that was new for any other cost accountant, right? But being a student of CMA, you required to explore all those things, और आपको खुद को उसमें सीखना पड़ता है कि इसमें से क्या अपने को करना है. In 2000, in year 2017 also, when for the first time GST Act, जो GST law आया इंडिया में from 1st July 2017, so filing of form GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, form GSTR 9, GSTR 9C, all these things were new for each and everyone, right? Now being a student of CMA, how you are reading all those things, how you are resolving all those things is very important, and for that you require an initiative. So ability to take initiative is, I think, one of the important skill which every CMA student should possess, right? And if you are not taking initiative, then start taking initiatives. This is very important skill for your professional life. Second is knowledge of softwares. Now, when you'll start your articleship, either with any PCMA or with any organization, you will come across with different softwares, right? Like SAP, accounting softwares like SAP, Tally, Busy, Zoho, QuickBooks. These are some famous accounting softwares. In fact, our institute is providing training in SAP, right? So when you are going to any client place, you should know something about this software, right? So having knowledge of this accounting software is very important, because unless you are having any knowledge, you cannot become a successful cost accountant. I have seen many people, many CMA students, they are not having knowledge of Tally. It is very basic, accounting software. And many times after completing our 12th, during summer vacation, we are joining MSCIT, and there we are, learning Tally. And I have seen so many resumes where they have written that I am having good knowledge of Tally, but practically when they are working, I have seen very few students they are having good knowledge of Tally, right? So before starting your articleship, you should explore all these softwares, right? Most of the softwares except SAP, you are having free access, like in case of Tally, educational version is there. In case of Busy also, trial versions are there. In case of QuickBook or Zoho, now again, these two softwares are also very important, because maybe after completing your CMA, you start your outsourcing practice, right? Many US or UK companies, they are outsourcing their accounting, okay, to Indian people, and that accounting you require to do in Zoho or QuickBooks. So in that sense also, having knowledge of these two softwares is very important. Now, apart from that, Office 365, I'm specifically mentioning here because uh, this is must, right? That you should know various softwares of Office 365 like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, then your OneDrive, Outlook, Access. These are the softwares, right? These are very important from your future, from your practical training point of view, particularly MS Excel, right? When I started my career with Devdar sir, I thought that I'm expert in Excel, right? But after exploring Excel, after 10 years of experience, I would frankly, admit that thing that I'm having only 5% knowledge of Excel, and there is 95% knowledge of Excel still I am not having, right? So becoming a expert in Excel is also very, very, very important skill as far as your CMA career is concerned, right? Particularly when you will join any organization as a CMA, right? In that case, from MIS point of view, management information system, or even for doing costing, knowledge of MS Excel is very, 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 very important. PowerPoint, you might be knowing ki PowerPoint is one of the tool for making presentation, but nowadays people are using Canva, right? I was also not knowing, one of my article, सुयोग, उसने मुझे ये Canva के बारे में बताया. So it is also one of the important, software or website through which you can do the various type of presentation. Apart from this, गूगल के भी बहुत सारे सॉफ्टवेयर है, लाइक गूगल स्प्रेडशीट, गूगल डॉक्यूमेंट्स, गूगल प्रेजेंटेशन. सो मेनी MNCs, top MNCs, they are using Google applications also, right? So that is why before starting, not only from your practical training point of view, but of course from your future point of view also, you should explore this software in order to get basic knowledge of all these softwares. Domain knowledge, again, definitely this is very required. Normally, when you are doing your practical training with any cost accountant, or for that matter again with any company, so in which matter you are going to deal, you might be dealing with income tax, you might be dealing with GST or customs, or company law. So in that situation, you should update your knowledge on daily basis, right? By exploring all these websites. Not only these 3 websites, but there are other websites are also there. Okay. Now again, this is not only important from your articleship or practical training point of view, but of course from your studies point of view also, this is very important, right? Websites like CA Club India, then Tax Guru, okay, Taxman, CMA Club India, right? Again, there is, I think, एक लॉयर लोगों के लिए भी एक लाइक CA Club India, there is Lawyer Club India website is also there, right? So you should update your knowledge by visiting all these websites. There are beautiful articles which are written by various authors on this website, right? So अगर आप ये सारे साइट से एक्सप्लोर करते हो, तो you will upgrade your knowledge, and certainly that knowledge is important not only from the CMA practical training perspective, but of course after completing your practical training, when you will start preparing for your final examination or intermediate examination, or even after completion of your CMA career, when you will start exploring job in any company, in that case this knowledge will help you, right? So having domain knowledge of various subject is also very important skill which you all should possess when you are starting your CMA practical training. Writing skill, again very important skill. Uh, on I guess on 30th December, from our office we floated one message through WhatsApp to all of you regarding requirement of CMA trainees in our office. And surprisingly, I have received more than 55 application for 4 posts for 4 article trainees, and many of them they have shared their resume on my mail ID. So I've seen so many students, they are even not having knowledge of writing an email, right? I'm not criticizing you all, but you should writing skills, particularly email etiquettes, are very, very, very important from the perspective of your professional life, right? Many students they have without mentioning subject name in their email, they have forwarded their mail. Okay, carry forwarded mails they have directly forwarded to me. ओके सो अगर आप उसका ट्रेलिंग हिस्ट्री देखते हो मेल का, तो they have sent same mail to so many peoples, right? At least 100 people they have sent that mail, and once again they have shared that mail with me. Okay, so these are very important thing, important skill from your professional, from your profession point of view, writing skill. Now, why it is important, and whether this writing skill is restricted only up to your email? So that is not the case. Like in our case, we are practicing in GST, where lot of litigations are there. We require to use legal language. Many times our clients, corporate clients, they are asking for the opinion, right? So in that case, having good writing skill is very much essential. Many people, they are doing small spelling mistakes are there, grammatical mistakes are there, right? So this is the age, this is the time when you can develop your writing skills also. I remember, again I admit that my writing skills are not very much excellent, but I remember when I started with Devdar sir, initially costing was our second area of practice, but our primary area of practice was central excise and service tax. And during my initial phase of job, Devdar sir used to provide few, sometime client ask him to for any written opinion, or sometime कोई छोटी मोटी notice आ जाती थी department से, so he used to delegate that activity to me, and he asked me to write reply to all those things. एंड जब मैं वो रिप्लाई लिखता था, वो रिप्लाई लेके मैं उसका प्रिंट आउट लेके सर के सामने बैठता था, एंड ही यूज्ड टू करेक्ट मी कि दीपक, हाँ, नेक्स्ट टाइम यू शुड इन प्लेस ऑफ दिस सेंटेंस यू कैन यूज दिस सेंटेंस, राइट? और हियर देयर इज slight grammatical mistake which you can rectify in your subsequent write-ups, right? So this is very important skill which you should possess when you are certainly when you will start your articleship, or when you will start your practical training with any organization. And typically with organization like us, where people, they are means in our case we are more into the litigation matters, okay, where we require to liaison with the department, we require to reply to the show cause notices, different types of orders are there, small notices department is issuing to our client, right? In that case, this writing skill is very essential, right? So I would not say that before starting your articleship you should be 100% perfect in writing skill, but you should start exploring, or you should start राइटिंग समथिंग, सो दैट ये जो आपके राइटिंग स्किल है वो आप जब आर्टिकलशिप स्टार्ट करोगे या आपकी आर्टिकलशिप जब खत्म होगी, okay, till that point you can improve your writing skills, again not only from the practical training point of view, but from your examination point of view also. I'm in teaching field from year 2008, right? And initially I was taking practical means tuition in the subject of indirect taxes. तो जब हम बिफोर मीन्स आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ सिलेबस हम कुछ मॉडल क्वेश्चन पेपर्स देते थे, एंड स्टूडेंट यूज टू राइट आंसर्स ऑफ दोज मॉडल क्वेश्चन पेपर्स. तो उसमें जो स्टूडेंट लैंग्वेज यूज करते थे, so many grammatical errors were there, so many spelling mistakes were there, right? So certainly from your examination point of view also, writing skills are very important, right? So start writing small paragraphs, okay, get it verified from your principal or any of your friend, okay, so that day by day you can improve your writing skill, and definitely that will be helpful for your during your CMA practical training, as well as your during your professional life. Personality grooming: be the best version of yourself. I've seen so many practical trainees, they are coming to office in jeans and t-shirt, in casuals, right? Try to avoid that. Okay, you should be when it comes to your CMA practical training, you should be very peculiar, right? Be in terms of your dressing sense, or polished shoes, then knot of tie. And this is very important, right? If you are appearing in jeans and t-shirt, then indirectly wrong message goes to your client, or to your principal. Firm, like in our case, we are interacting with corporate client base. Many of them are listed companies. So when our people are interacting with them, okay, you are representing that firm, right? Like if you are doing practical training in my firm, you are representing Devdar Joshi and Associate, right? So in that case, if you are representing us in in casuals, then definitely along with you, जो फर्म का एक नाम है, एक गुडविल है, उसको भी एक हैम्पर होता है, राइट? सो when you are interacting with such kind of people, with such kind of corporate client base, you should, your personality matters, and that starts from your dressing sense, what kind of clothes you are wearing, right? Not necessarily every time you should have tie, or हर बार आपने कुछ उस पे ब्लेजर वगैरह पहना है, ऐसा नेसेसरी नहीं है, बट यू शुड बी इन फॉर्मल्स, राइट? And you should wear formal shoes when you are interacting with, at least when you are interacting with with your clients. So in that sense, this personality grooming is also very important skill, which you should possess. And again, dressing sense is very, very important. Wearing t-shirt or unpolished shoes will certainly hamper your personality in future, right? Again, अगर आपके सामने कोई एक वेल ड्रेस्ड आर्टिकल ट्रेनी आता है, ओके, विद पॉलिश शूज, एंड दूसरा आता है टी शर्ट पे, तो अगेन जस्ट थिंक कि आप किसको सिलेक्ट करोगे. सो डेफिनेटली you will select that person who is well dressed, or who is wearing well polished shoes, right? So that is why I have used this sentence, be the best version of yourself. आपको खुद को लगना चाहिए कि नहीं यार, मैं एकदम बेस्ट दिख रहा हूँ, ओके, आई एम प्रेजेंटिंग माई सेल्फ इन बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे, ओके. सो दैट इज one of the important skill which you should possess. Time management. Remember, if you value time, then only time will value you. right? If you don't value time, time will never value. Time management is very, 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 very important when you are a CMA student, right? And particularly when you are doing practical training. ओके मैंने ये जो पिक्चर यूज किया है वो भी मैंने बहुत इंटेंशनली यूज किया है. ओके कि यू रिक्वायर्ड टू गिव यू नो टाइम टू योर स्पोर्ट्स आल्सो, यू रिक्वायर्ड टू गिव टाइम टू डेडलाइंस आल्सो, ओके टू ऑफिस आल्सो, एंड ऑफ कोर्स टू योर फैमिली. मैं फैमिली बोल रहा हूँ. ओके ऑफ कोर्स वो फोटो पे से आपको जो कंक्लूजन निकालना है आप निकाल सकते हो, राइट? बट टाइम मैनेजमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड मे बी मेरा बैकग्राउंड XYZ है, किसी और का बैकग्राउंड कुछ अलग है. कुछ लोग बोलेंगे कि वी आर फ्रॉम स्मॉल विलेज, कुछ लोग बोलेंगे कि हम सिटी में से आए, कुछ लोग बोलेंगे कि यार हम सिटी में ही थे लेकिन हमारी स्कूल ऐसी थी. ओके बट different according to the person to person situation will vary, but time is only the thing, okay, which is equal in quantity. आप किधर भी रहो, whether you are from rural area or from urban area, भगवान ने हम सबको टाइम सिमिलर दे दिया है, right? So try to utilize that time, and that is why time management is very essential. Money will come and go, but time will not, and that is why time management is very important when you are pursuing your practical training. Now again, many students, they are asking me ki sir, how to manage our studies, particularly final students. Ki sir, when you are doing, when we are doing practical training, we are unable to get the time for our studies, right? तो ये एक बहुत 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 इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट होता है कि हाउ टू मैनेज द टाइम. So when you are appearing for the final examination simultaneously when you are doing your practical training, in that case you should start preparing your subjects well in advance, right? बहुत सारे लोग लास्ट जो मंथ की जो आपको छुट्टी मिलती है उस पे डिपेंडेंट रहते हैं कि लास्ट मंथ में हमको जब छुट्टी मिलेगी दैट टाइम वी विल स्टार्ट आवर फाइनल एग्जामिनेशन. नो, दिस इज नॉट सिंपल एग्जाम. दिस इज नॉट एग्जाम लाइक योर ग्रेजुएशन की जिधर आप वन डे बिफोर कुछ पढ़ाई की और आप एग्जाम में जाके अपियर हुए, राइट? सो यू शुड हैव प्रॉपर टाइम मैनेजमेंट विथ यू थ्रू विच you can manage your office, your family, your due dates, as well as your studies, right? So this is very important aspect of your whole CMA training, because allocation of time is an art, and definitely one who knows the value of time will surely in order to achieve your dream you require to know the importance of or value of time, right? Next is communication skill. Good communication skill are the key to success, right? There should be always two-way communication, not one-way communication. And during the tenure of your internship, articleship, or practical training, कुछ भी बोला आप, you require to deal with so many peoples, right? You require to deal with your client, you require to deal with government offices, okay? You require to, nowadays you require to deal with the with the people of or जैसे GST के केस में you require to you require to communicate with the GST portal, right? With the GST portal people, उनके जो भी representatives होते हैं उनके साथ आपको डील करना पड़ता है. So in all these cases communication skill is very important, because you're going to interact with different people who are working in different culture, in different industries, having different background, right? And certainly when you are interacting with them, whether you are doing your internship with any CMA or with any industry, you require to satisfy their needs. What exactly they are required, what exactly they want. Okay, and वो ही आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि that is why these communication skills are very important, and to to develop strong communication skill, this is the phase of 15 months in which you can develop your communication skill. So this is the one of the important skill which every student they must possess when you are starting your practical training. And now last skill of this whole session, that is interpersonal skill, right? When you will start your articleship, this is one of the important skill. इनफैक्ट ये फर्स्ट नंबर पे आना चाहिए था, बट मैंने उसको इंटेंशनली लास्ट नंबर पे लिया. When you are starting your practical training, or when after completion of your CMA career, when you will start any job or when you will join any company, you require to develop strong interpersonal skills with other colleagues of your office, right? You should be active listener, you should be caring in nature, you must having leadership skill with you, you should be motivational, you should be able to take responsibility. Okay, you should be able to do the work in team, right? These are the various kind of interpersonal skills. When you will start your practical training, many senior people, they will dominate you, right? But that will be testing time for you. How you are developing relationship with them is very important. And if you able to knock that, nothing like that means आपको सब मिल गया. If you can read the people, if you can manage the people, आप सब कुछ कर सकते हो. And that is why interpersonal skills are very important when you are starting your articleship with any CMA or with any organization, right? So these are some important skills which I thought would be required for a student when when you are starting your articleship. Apart from this, again, politeness or hard work, these are some of the additional skills which we should consider when you are starting your CMA practical training. But specifically I have not mentioned those things here. Again, these are the skills which I thought are important from your CMA practical training. So there are so many other skills also जो आपने possess करने चाहिए before you start your articleship. So with this, I thank to organizer for giving me this opportunity to interact with you all. I would also like to thank all my colleagues from managing committee for providing this beautiful opportunity to me. I would also like to thank all of you for your patientful listening. Okay.
Deepak sir,
you can share your feedback. And just a minute, Atul sir. You can share your feedbacks with chapter. And now forum is open for question answer. You can ask your questions, right? Yes, Atul sir.
नाही एक नंबरची स्लाइड हवी होती फक्त मला, ती मी लेफ्ट झालो होतो, बाकी काय.
I'll share this presentation with chapter, right? They will share that presentations with you. Okay.
Yes.
Sure, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, Chetan.
Sir, I had one misunderstanding, sir. Sir, in earlier slide, sir, first two slides, you said that, sir, 15 months training are for on or after register from February 2021, sir. But
Right.
on our ICMI website, it is showing for, sir, February 2020, sir. This made sir some confusion, sir. For
Just a minute, just a minute. I think that is just a minute. Yes, it is with effect from for 11 February 2020. Okay, not 21. Right. So extremely sorry. It is typo error, and this is applicable from 2020 onwards. Right. Yes. Anything else?
no, sir. Thank you, sir.
So if you are having any queries, questions regarding practical training, you can ask me, right?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Chetan.
If someone started a training from this sir January, sir,
Mhm.
it may able to give his final, sir, in December or not, sir.
Yes, because when you are starting your articleship in January, right? Compulsory, period is 10 months. So from
Yes, sir.
January, when you're starting your articleship, by August, okay, because August is your cutoff for December, right? So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So you are completing just 8 months of your training, right? So in that case, you are not able to, appear for the final examination because you are
Okay,
not
sir.
completing your minimum period of 10 months. But again, many times, like in COVID period, institute has given exemption that even if you have not completed your 10 months articleship period, still you can appear for the final examination. So considering the current pandemic situation, I think that they will extend that period also. Okay, so it is better you start your articleship immediately with specified organization, right? So that you can uh, apply for the final examination, which is to be held in December.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
दीपक
Anyone?
सर दीपक सर
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
त्या ऑर्गनायझेशनला असं काही स्पेसिफिक असेल का काही, म्हणजे जर ऑर्गनायझेशन मधनं आपण करायचं ठरलं
Mhm.
तर ते काही त्याचा टर्नओव्हर वगैरे किंवा असं काही कसं असतं म्हणजे?
Just a minute. I'll share my screen once again. Okay. Is it visible? Right. So
हो.
this is Appendix A and this is Appendix B. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
sorry, Appendix A ही important है हमारे लिए. So Appendix A specifies specified organization where practical training is allowed. So cost and management training shall undergo practical training under. Okay. So practicing cost accountant or firm of practicing cost accountant, there is no turnover criteria in this case. Okay. In case of following organization, that is central or state government or semi-government, bank, insurance, other financial institution, public sector undertaking, universities, cooperative societies, right? In that case also, or even in case of CA firm or CS firm having separate division of management accounting or management consultant, in all these cases there is no turnover criteria, right? But if you are doing articleship from any other organization other than specified above, right? So turnover criteria of 25 lakhs and 50 lakhs is applicable, right? तो ये टर्नओवर क्राइटेरिया जो दिया है that is applicable only for service sector, right? Other than sector specified above, उनको ये सिर्फ टर्नओवर का क्राइटेरिया एप्लीकेबल होगा 25 लाख एंड 50 लाख रुपीज, राइट?
Okay, sir.
Anything else?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes,
Sir, if you are joining articleship in trading company, then
that is allowed, na?
sir, then turnover limit is how much?
क्या क्या?
Turnover limit.
See, again, trading is service sector. Okay, trading of goods is service sector. So in that case, that limit of 25 lakhs or 50 lakhs, as the case may be, would be applicable. तो आप जो बेसिकली ट्रेडिंग जब करते हो, ट्रेडिंग ऑफ गुड्स जब करते हो, उसको सर्विस ट्रीट किया जाता है, राइट? तो ऐसे केस में 25 लाख रुपए का टर्नओवर आपको कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा. 25 लाख
Sir,
रुपए
but
का होना चाहिए.
actually they are exempted from GST, sir. Only normal sales and purchase.
नहीं, इवन इफ दे आर एग्जम्प्टेड फ्रॉम द जीएसटी, ओके, बट उनका जो ओवरऑल एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर होगा वो 25 लाख रुपए का होना चाहिए. इवन इफ जीएसटी इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल टू देम, बट इनकम टैक्स इज एप्लीकेबल. तो इनकम
Yes,
टैक्स
sir.
के हिसाब से उनका जो बैलेंस शीट है उस पे 25 लाख रुपए का उनका 25 लाख रुपए का जो भी टर्नओवर होगा वो दिखना चाहिए. वो अगर 25 लाख के टर्नओवर में आते हैं तो देन इट इज ओके, आप कर सकते हो.
Okay. At least I joined this company. They are trading, and their
Okay.
turnover is 30 once year.
1 CR, हाँ, देन ओके ना, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, कर सकते हो आप.
कर सकते हैं ना? Okay.
हाँ,
Thank you, sir.
So I think still, if anyone is having any problem, they can ask me, right? Or else I will ask to Suyok to take the charge. Suyok?
Yes, sir. Yash, do you want to say something? You have
Sorry?
unmuted. Yash?
हाँ यश, बोल.
सर मी तुम्हाला रिझ्यूम पाठवलेला आहे सर, पण मला आर्टिकल ट्रेनिंग जॉईन करायची होती सर, तर रिप्लाय
हाँ,
अजून काही आलेला नाही.
see that we will discuss in that we will discuss afterwards. Okay, if you are having session specific query, then we will discuss here, right?
नो सर, थँक्यू.
I think Bhushan sir is also there here with us, right? So, Bhushan sir, hello. Okay, so Suyok, you can now conclude the session
Yes,
for
sir.
me. Right? Yes,
So
thank you.
before giving vote of thanks, I would like to say that I am blessed with to get trained under you, sir. On behalf of all students and staff, I am glad to be standing here to express my vote of thanks. A special thanks to our guest, CMA Dipak sir, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. Your thoughts have truly inspired us. I also thanks to our chairman, CMA Swapnil sir, Nikhil sir, Bhushan sir, and all managing committee and support staff of Nasik User chapter for always supporting and guiding us. They always put in lot of effort and love into making each one of us good student and wonderful human beings. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much all for your patientful listening. Thank you very much.
थँक्यू दीपक सर.
Thank you, Arif sir. Thank you.